Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on how we can build financial planning in your Excel file. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl semicolon. So when you press Ctrl semicolon, basically what happens is it will show you the current date. It will show you the today's date. So meaning to say when I press Ctrl semicolon, it will show you the today's date, which is 10th November 2024. So what I'm going to do is once I press the current date, the next step is I press enter and I press equal EOM. So EOM means it will show you end of month function. Basically it will return the last day of the month. So when I press tab, we have two different arguments, start date and months. So I'm going to press this as a start date and I press comma and I press 0 and I press enter. So basically it will show the format in a general format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to a short date format. So basically as you can see, this end of month basically returns the last day of the month. So if just say I put here -1. When I put here -1, it will show you the previous month. And if just say instead of -1, I put here 1, it will show you the subsequent month. But if just say I put here 0, it will show you the current month, which is the last day of November. So now this shows 30th November. What I want to do next is I also want to show the period name. So I'm going to put here equal text. So basically text is a function which converts a value to any specific format. So I want to convert this into a textual format. So I'm going to press tab. I'm going to select this value, comma, apostrophe. I press shift apostrophe. I type M 3 times, space, I type Y 2 times, and then shift apostrophe and enter. So basically what happened is it will show you the month and also particular year. So if just say I put the additional M over here and I press enter, it will show the full form. But if just say I only remove 1 M so that it will have 3 M, it will show you the short form. So right now you see November 2024. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put here equal, I'm going to put here year, and I'm going to select this and I press close bracket, so it will return the year 2024. And then if just say you want to calculate your age, so you can select the particular year and minus your birth year. So for example, if you born in 1996, so when you press enter, that means for the current year you are 28 years old. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put my cursor at D1 equal, select the 30th November, I plus 1, I press enter, so that it becomes 1st December. Then I press shift down, I press Ctrl R. So Ctrl R means will copy from the left to the right, and then I will expand this column, alternate HOI, it will expand the column. So now we have November and December. What I want to do is I want to create a financial planning. So I press Ctrl G and then a box will appear. I will just type here EZ and then row number 5 and then press enter. So I'll press Ctrl Shift left, Ctrl Shift up, Ctrl R. So it will copy left to right, and then I need to expand the table, so alternate HOI. And then what I want to do is I'll just press Ctrl A and I want to make it at align center. So alternate HAC, so it will align center. So even though we are still in 2024, but we can still prepare a financial planning up to 2037. And then the next thing is what you can do is basically you can actually calculate your salary. So assuming your salary is about 5,000 per month, so you just can put here 5,000. So of course this number is basically in general format. You can just press alternate HK so that it will become a accounting format. And then what you can do next is you can actually deduct your expenses. So I'm going to put here expenses. So this is expenses. Of course, sometimes we do have installments, we do have bills, and then we do have traveling, like we need to pay for the oil, or sometimes we need to pay for toll or any mileage. And then of course we need to pay for food, and then we need to pay for entertainment because sometimes we like to go to shopping malls, watch movies, and so on. So these are the possible expenses, and then we do have the balance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl spacebar, alternate HOI, so that it will format this column. And then over here what I'm going to do is I want to calculate the potential installment. So assuming if just say you buy a house, so your installment is about -2,200, bills about -400, traveling -500, food -800, and entertainment -500, and then you have the balance. So I want to do what? I'll press alternate sum, and then I will just calculate up to this. So the salary and also the expenses. So you will have a balance of 600. Okay, assuming you have your earning 5,000, after deducting your expenses, you will have a balance of 600. So of course in accounting we have the opening and closing. So I'm going to put here opening, and I want to put here closing. Okay, so closing is equals to the current month plus the opening balance. So we have about 600. The closing balance will be actually the opening for the subsequent month. So I'm going to put here equal 600, and then I press shift down and I press Ctrl R. So basically, if you notice, the saving for the potential next month is 1,200. So when I press Ctrl G and then I go to EZ and row number 16, and then I press Ctrl Shift left, Ctrl Shift up, Ctrl R. So basically it will calculate the potential savings. So when I press alternate HOI, so it will eventually auto fit the column. So what you can do is you can actually try to format this into accounting format. So let me press this, Ctrl Shift right, Ctrl Shift up, Ctrl Shift up, and then alternate HK. So it will change into a accounting format. But sometimes what we want to do is, what if just say we want to create some emergency funding. So what I'll do is I'll create a new row and I'll put here emergency. So if just say we need to have an emergency funding, so maybe I save about maybe -300. Okay, and then I'll just go to Ctrl right, down, Ctrl Shift left, Ctrl R. So now this is our possible numbers. So what happened is, if just say I scroll to the right, we are not able to see the first column. So what we can do is we can put our cursor on B6 and we can go to view and then freeze pane and then freeze pane. So even though if just say I go to the right, I can still see my first column. So basically we can use the Excel file to build a financial planning from scratch.